as they line up, let's take a look at the starting grid. Dean Webb and Jeremy Gardner have the front row. Jeremy Edwards, Blair Patterson on the second row. Kenny Hyde Jr., Kevin Bernheimer have the third row. Patrick Gitter, the first two-time winner this season, is in 7th. Brian O'Shell in 8th. Pudge is in 9th, and Patrick Piper in 10th. Then Chris Lockwood and Charles Joplin 11th and in 12th. 13th is Russell Worth, Bryant DeYoung in 14th. James Smith in 15th. Jonathan Rouse 16th. Nate Johnson in 17th. Justin Swafford 18th, 19th is Ryan McDaniel, and 20th is Otto Cruz. Jeffrey Sheldon, Anthony Karen, Greg Gates, and Jarrett Woodward 21st through 24th. And then the rest of the field is Bradley Hunt, Joe Ogle, Brandon Newby, Jason Miz, Blake Vickin, Colby Whipple, Nicholas Burke, and Chris McCoy rounding out the 32-car field. All right, 134 laps. I guarantee you, after 5 or 10 laps, there's going to be a lot of guys that are just begging for fresh tires, but they can't pit every time they need them, and that could make things a bit interesting. Lot of tire wear, and the guys that can save and be fast early on, those are going to be the guys to watch as they go green. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Atlanta. Off into turn number 1. Everybody stacked up side by side. Look for some guys to start making some moves down the backstraight. It looks like there was a little gap on the high line through 1 and 2. Maybe the part of the outside line did not get rolling here. A couple of drivers really high up there. That is Bryant DeYoung way up by the wall, trying to pick up some positions. Justin Swafford in 1 lap already picking up 3. Looking to see, and Jarrett Woodard has already picked up 5 spots. As they come around to complete lap number 2, starting to see some guys settle into a single file run here. Chris Standard just said, that Enduro was great, they're never doing that again. And starting to see Dean Webb just ran the fastest lap of the race, and the first 2 cars to break the 31-second barrier are Dean Webb and Jeremy Gardner. 30.95 for Webb, 30.96 for Gardner, and I guarantee you in about another lap, nobody's going to be under 31 seconds anymore. Patrick Gitter just ran a 30.86 as these guys are coming up to speed. But in a few laps, we will see those times start to drop again. And a lot of moving around as Brandon Newby is up 7 spots, up to 20th now. Another driver, Anthony Karen, is already up 7 spots. Justin Swafford now up 7 spots as well, and just knocking on the door of the top 10, currently in 11th. The top 5 run as they qualified, but from Patrick Gitter on back, there's a lot of positions changed, and it looks like that top 6-7 trucks are just staying single file. Not seeing a lot of battle up here. Guys just trying to feel it out and run it out, see how that first tank of fuel and that first set of tires runs. But now they're getting 3 wide on the front stretch as Pudge gets stuck in the middle. Patrick Piper backing out of it. Wise move. Now he is able to cross over and drop to the bottom. Off of turn 2, things getting really sketchy out there. as guys have to get what they can while the tires still feel decent. Here before long, around lap 20, you'll actually see guys doing four-wheel drifts through the turn. Otto Cruz currently running in 16th place. Let's take a ride along in his truck. Down into turn 1, you see how close they are and how many different lines they're running through here. Otto to the high side, trying to pick up a spot on Russell Worth. Back down into turn 3, running the high line. Will not wear your tires as quickly, but you lose some momentum on entry, but you carry a lot more on exit. Back down across the start finish line, and you see these guys just making their way forward, trying to find any gaps they can. Otto's really charging forward, loses a lot of momentum. Pudge is in the wall. It looks like he might have scraped the wall there. Pudge is dropping quickly. Meanwhile, Jarrett Woodard, he's about to attack, and Brandon Newby, he is up 9 spots. He's picked up 1 spot every lap so far. Looks like he might be about to get a twofer as he's got a run on Pudge. Pudge does have some damage on the right rear. Starting to see a few changes in the top 5 now. Kenny Hyde Jr. now up to 4th. Patrick Gittert now up to 5th. Can he make it 3 wins this season? But Dean Webb still holding on to the lead. Jeremy Gardner in 2nd. Jeremy Edwards in 3rd. Kenny Hyde Jr. in 4th. Hey, my pleasure, David. Thank you, buddy. Patrick Gittert currently running in 5th. Brian O'Shell in 6th. Blair Patterson 7th. Chris Lockwood is 8th. Charles Joplin is 9th. And Justin Swafford has made his way into the top 10. Swafford, one of the biggest movers so far. Bryant DeYoung in 11th, and then Otto Cruz in 12th, also up 8 spots. Now, the biggest mover so far is the 14. Brandon Newby is on a mission here. He is up 11 spots. Started in 27th, up to 16th. Nate Johnson lingering back there in 17th. The 23 truck of Anthony Caron has all of a sudden, he did not get the wall. I don't know if he got corner entry wrong. Not sure what happened, but he suddenly lost about 5 spots. And he is starting to struggle. Jeremy Edwards, meanwhile, has jumped up into 2nd place and is down on the bottom looking for the lead from Dean Webb. Oh, it's getting a little close. Dean, I don't know if he scraped just barely gave the wall a love tap there, but his right rear was definitely inches away. Dean Webb still holding on to the lead, though. And Jeremy Edwards sitting side by side trying to get that lead. Gardner back in 3rd. Patrick Gittert in 4th. Blair Patterson in 5th. Brian O'Shell is 7th. Blair had a rough race last week, but he managed to stay in it and make a really good comeback. Brian O'Shell in 7th. Chris Lockwood in 8th. Charles Joplin in 9th. And Swafford in 10th. Otto Cruz is now cleared for 11th. Bryant DeYoung up to 12th. Russell Worth holding on to 13th. Then Jarrett Woodard, who has picked up 10 spots, is, no, make that 11. He just took 13th. Oh, we're about to hit a slow car up on the high side. Hit the wall. Trying to get a look and see who that was that just got into the wall. I believe it was Bryant DeYoung. Looked like he hit the wall and just got checked up on the high side, 3 and 4. Great job by everybody avoiding him. Holy cow, that was close. Patrick Piper in 16th. Jason Miz, another driver on the move. He started back in 28th and is up to 16th. There he is in the 95 down there on the bottom. The old Winston paint scheme. Now Jeremy Gardner has gotten past Dean Webb for the lead. Finally clearing him. Jeremy Edwards was on the attack. He is still trying to get up there. And Patrick Gitter is all over their back bumpers. Blair Patterson just needs to stay in the draft. He's probably used the least amount of tires so far in the race. Down the back straightaway, Jeremy Edwards, Jeremy Gardner. Didn't we see a little bit of this last week with the two Jeremys together? And look right behind him. These guys are 17 laps in. The tires are starting to fade. The lap times are already starting to go down. Some of these guys 1.5 seconds off their fastest lap. They are still battling side by side for every inch of track they can get. Blair now in the top 5. He is starting to make his way forward. Sat back there in the draft, saving tires for quite some time, and he has now come to play. Caution! Our first caution of the night. Looks like Greg Gates has crashed. Let's see what... Oh, multiple cars get caught up in that. Let's back the tape up just a little bit. And it looks like... Trying to get a better angle on this. Looks like a car just came off a turn. Oh, it came off turn 2, bounced into the wall. That is Colby Whipple that bounced off the wall, came down, and then several cars get collected in that incident. Now, how many drivers go to pit road this time? Well, a lot. Jeremy Gardner leads down most of the pack. However, Justin Swafford, who is charged through this field, is staying out. Could this just be a championship points move here to lead a lap? All right, as always, if you got a favorite driver in the field, comment, let us know who you're cheering for tonight. I know a lot of them are watching, so I'll shout you guys out as well, and your favorite driver will hear that you're cheering for him. Plus, there is a rumor if you hit the share button, your favorite driver gets 5 additional horsepower. I'm willing to bet as soon as I said that about the extra horsepower, several drivers are hitting share right now. We'll see if Swafford hits pit road. Brian O'Shell did not pit either. Did see a few guys try this last week or Sunday night in the BRR Cup Series. Brian O'Shell's going to come to pit road. Swafford staying out. Hey, Justin, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
10-4.
Hey, I have to ask about this strategy, man. 17 laps into this thing, everybody comes to pit road, you stay out. You've already lost, most of the drivers had already lost 1 to 1.5 seconds on speed. Are you worried about getting run over here?
Yeah, I'm hoping just to get a good jump, get up top, stay out of these guys' way. I'm hoping to have an extra set at the end.
Well, that could definitely pay off. Just keep it out of trouble, man, and good luck.
Thank you.
Wow, Justin Swafford being extremely brave here tonight. Taylor Cushing cheering on Chris Lockwood here tonight. As they stack back up, they've got, looks like, I thought they were about to go green. Apparently, I just wasn't looking at the pace car. Lights are still on. They should get 1 to green this time by, though. Jeremy Gardner came out of pit road in second. Kenny Hyde Jr. in third. It looks like all the drivers did take 4 tires, except for Colby Whipple. He was involved in that incident. He's obviously repaired the truck, but I think that might have been all he did. He was only on pit road a few seconds. Lights are out on the pace car. As they come down the back straightaway, they'll go off into 3 and 4. The pace car will disappear. Robbie Lou telling Bryant DeYoung to stay off the wall and keep his hands at 10 and 2. All right, pace truck about to drop off. Swafford on old tires. This could get dicey quickly. Green flag is in the air. Swafford did not get the jump. Oh, Swafford spins. He spun the tires. He spun into the grass and clears the track. There will not be a caution because he cleared the racing surface. Jeremy Gardner now to the lead. Kenny Hyde Jr. in second. Jeremy Edwards third. Blair Patterson in fourth. Otto Cruz up to fifth. Otto Cruz made it up to fifth after starting in 20th. He had a great pit stop. Charles Joplin, Dean Webb now back to 6th. Charles Joplin in 7th. They're starting to push it a little bit on the front straightaway. Chris Lockwood battling. Look, we've got a 3-car battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th going on right here. Nobody giving an inch. And Nate Johnson at the back of that battle looked like he was going to tempt fate and go 3 wide. Thought better of it. Brandon Newby has made it up to 10th after starting 27th. Jason Miz started in 28th. He is in 11th. Jarrett Woodard now in 14th after starting 24th. Several guys really making some big moves. Blake Vickin, who started 29th, now up to 17th. Gardner has a challenge for the lead as Kenny Hyde Jr. looks to the bottom. Can't get there yet. Jeremy Edwards battling with Blair Patterson. Otto Cruz still in that mix, trying to make up some ground. Looking to the inside. Dean Webb, who started out front, is back in 6th place, just trying to hold on right now. Save a little something for later in the run. The top 6 are starting to open up a gap. Charles Joplin in 7th. Brandon Newby now up to 8th. Nate Johnson up to 9th. And Jason Miz up to 10th. Caution! Let's see if we can find out what happened here. And it looks like we had a car get really, really loose. Trying to see who that was. Looks like the... Jeffrey Sheldon. Looks like he was really, really loose through turns 3 and 4. Let's take one more look at it from this angle. There's Pudge on the bottom. Sheldon in the middle just gets loose. Manages to save it, but gets into the 12 car. The 12 not having any luck here tonight. Just been caught in everything so far. 12 car driven by Colby Whipple, and he is just trying to survive right now. Also note that Pudge dropped all the way back to 23rd place. Not expecting a lot of cars on pit road this time. Swafford is on pit road. I'm guessing he's getting those tires. He did manage to just barely maintain the lead lap. Hey, good evening, Richie. Jeremy Gardner has the lead. Kenny Hyde Jr. will restart on the high side. This could get interesting. Those two were battling. Kenny kept looking down to the bottom, but just couldn't get the run. Can he do something with the high line this time? Edwards up in third. Blair Patterson in fourth. Otto Cruz, another march towards the front. He came to the front so quickly it surprised even me. As he started at 20th, he's already up to 5th. Dean Webb started on the pole, back to 6th. Charles Joplin up to 7th after starting 12th. But these guys had better watch out for that 14 Silver Bullet. It is driving like a bullet tonight. Started 27th up to 8th. Another one, Nate Johnson up to 9th. And another one on a big move is Jason Miz in the 95, who started back in 28th and is in 10th. Chris Lockwood in 11th. Jarrett Woodard in 12th. Russell Worth 13th. Anthony Caron 14th. Blake Vickin, another one on a move, started 29th up to 15th. Patrick Piper, Kevin Bernheimer, Patrick Gitter, Brian O'Shell, and Ryan McDaniel round out the top 20. Then it's Jonathan Rouse, James Smith, Pudge, and Bradley Hunt, Brian DeYoung, Chris McCoy, Joe Ogle, Nicholas Burke, Justin Swafford, Colby Whipple, and Jeffrey Sheldon rounding out the field. I'm sorry, they round out the lead lap. Greg Gates is currently several laps down in 32nd. As they get ready for the pace car to drop off. Lash bonk. I like that one. Whirlwind Whipple. We'll have to remember that one. Pace car is in. Green flag is back in the air. Just over 100 laps to go here in Atlanta. And you saw Kenny Hyde Jr. gets a good jump as Jeremy Gardner spins the tires. Richie West will know that is what we refer to as pulling a roam. Although he was successful in keeping the car going the right way. Blair Patterson in 4th, battling for 3rd now. Otto Cruz in 5th. Look for him to pick up some momentum here. Already up to 5th. And look behind him. Look at this mess. As guys, there are guys peeking in to make it 4 wide there briefly. I guarantee you, if a hole opens, somebody's going through it tonight. As this is the battle for 15th and 16th, they're acting like they're racing for the win, trying to get every spot they can. Kevin Bernheimer back there in the 2, Blake Vickin in the 81, and Russell Worth in the 77. Russell gets stuck in the middle of the sandwich. Bernheimer, in the grass. Kevin Bernheimer, man, we've got a wreck right in front of him. Everybody looks like they're going to save it. No, they're not. Caution is out. Blake Vickin was involved. Little bit of a bump. I do believe there was a little bit of netcode involved in that. Everybody tried to find a hole through it. And it looks like Blake had some significant damage. Let's see what happened to Ryan McDaniel and Greg Gates. Yeah, it looks like Ryan just went down, and there's Greg Gates. He had nowhere to go. Wasn't expecting that car to come back down the track so quickly. And hard hit. And Greg Gates was caught in one earlier as well. Jeremy Gardner had some problems on the restart. Couldn't get the power down. Once these tires have more than about 5 or 6 laps on them, they're really hard. You cannot just go to full throttle, especially here at Atlanta. Just a few cars on pit road. Nate Johnson, Chris Lockwood, Jarrett Woodard, Pudge is on pit road. Colby Whipple, Blake Vickin, Joe Ogle, Nicholas Burke, Ryan McDaniel, and Greg Gates. Let's see if we can get a hold of Gardner. Hey, Jeremy, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, I have to ask, did you spin them on the restart?
100%.
I have seen that done a few times by one of the guys in BRR. You did an amazing job saving it, though, because that could end very, very badly very quickly for a lot of drivers.
Yeah, I've had that happen in a race before, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to swap it to third. I don't care if I lose a position or two.
Well, you definitely pulled it off, man. That was a great save. Now that you've got another chance here on this restart, are you going to be able to get back by Kenny?
I'm damn sure going to try.
All right, man. Good luck. Great save on that restart, and hopefully you can hold on to that luck the rest of the night.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it did almost collect Whipple again. In fact, if he hadn't been to pit road, next time we get a chance, we're going to try and talk to Colby, unless it's immediately after he's been in an incident. Actually, we're going to try it right now. Hey, Colby, this is Doug in the booth. You got me? Hey, Colby Whipple, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, you've been caught in just about everything tonight, but you managed to avoid that one.
Hey, sorry, give me 1 sec here. Let me turn off your stream there.
Oh.
So what was that?
I said you managed to avoid, or you managed to be caught in several incidents so far, but you barely avoided that one. Are you going to be able to, you got some luck turning your way finally?
Yeah, no, it's been really frustrating. No more repairs, engine's down a little bit, so I'm going to be pretty slow for the rest of the race. Just try to stay out of the way and see what I can salvage.
Well, man, it is great to see you sticking it out there. I know it's been rough and obviously frustrating, but great job saving it last time, and hopefully you pick up some spots along the way.
Yeah, hopefully. I feel bad. That first caution was definitely off. Keep clean for the rest of it. See what we can get.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
All right, thank you.
And obviously a little frustrated Colby Whipple there, but great save. He keeps the car out of trouble, and you never know what can happen, especially the way these guys are racing. And now it is worth noting that most of the front drivers were on lap 36, and the entire front of the pack last pitted on lap 19. So what we saw out of Jeremy Gardner on that last restart is definitely a possibility for a lot of drivers up here at the front. Hey, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it, buddy. And Ryan saying he went straight instead of turning left. That does occasionally happen. All right, pace car about to drop off, and they're going to go green again. Just under 100 laps left to go here. First set of fresh tires is Nate Johnson in 23rd. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air, and you could tell everybody took it a little bit easier on the restart. The front three get single file very quickly. Blair Patterson trying to hold on, but here comes Otto. Otto on the bottom in 4th place, trying to pick up that position from Blair Patterson. And Dean Webb looking to make his way back, but here comes Brandon Newby. That silver bullet, man, it's been on the move. He looked like he struggles off 4. Looked like he had a little struggle off 4. He had a lot of momentum, just lost some of it. Picking the speed back up, though. Anthony Karen in the 23 was caught in an earlier incident. Truck's back in good shape. He is marching his way forward as well. Jeremy Edwards looking to make a move here to the high side. As is often the case here at Atlanta, you start out running that low line, but by the end of the run, you're often right on the wall. My apologies, I suddenly got the hiccups. That's better. All right, so the top 3 are still Kenny Hyde, Jeremy Gardner, and Jeremy Edwards. Kenny Hyde has had it since Gardner's mistake, but here comes Gardner back down to the inside for the lead. Now, which way does Edwards go? And Kenny Hyde Jr. manages to pull away off of turn 2 again. Jeremy Edwards doesn't get into the battle. Blair Patterson managing to clear Otto Cruz for 4th. Otto now back there battling with Dean Webb for 5th. Brandon Newby in 7th. He has definitely got his momentum back. Anthony Karen, another driver who's picked up a ton of spots, started in 22nd up to 8th. Charles Joplin in 9th. Jason Miz in 10th. And quick check on Pudge. He was looking forward to this one as things are getting a little dicey mid-pack. Pudge is now back in 22nd after starting and running in the top 10 early. That first pit stop, he lost a ton of ground. The top 4 single file, but now Jeremy Edwards is looking for 2nd. Down to the bottom, Gardner has the advantage off the turn with the momentum. And gets a good run into 3. Can he get the same run off? Edwards is still fighting. Blair Patterson, really, we've seen this so far in the race on the long run. He just stays back there and waits and waits and waits. Lets these guys battle it out, saves as much tire as he possibly can, stays in that lead draft, and the 17's the 48 got into the wall. Jeremy Gardner loses a couple positions getting into the wall off of turn 2, and now Blair taking advantage. He's going to go for 2nd on Edwards. Can't quite get there yet. He'll sit back. He'll hop back in line into 3rd place. Gardner, meanwhile, back into 4th and lost a lot of ground. Otto Cruz is about to be run over by a silver bullet. Look at the run the 14 gets off of 2. Brandon Newby has had an amazing, amazing march forward here tonight. Dean Webb stays right there with him. Anthony Karen, Charles Joplin, and Brian O'Shell. Ryan McDaniel just calling his shot for Martinsville. That's going to be interesting. Ryan McDaniel now coming back out on track, trying to turn some laps and get some points here. Everybody's starting to settle into a rhythm outside the top 10. 11th is Russell Worth, trying to get 10th from Brian O'Shell. Can't get enough momentum yet. Jason Miz, another truck that has had a great run so far tonight. Started in 28th, up to 12th. Bernheimer in 13th. He's lost a little bit of ground. James Smith in 14th, but Bryant DeYoung, after a couple of different incidents, is fighting back. He is now in 15th. Looking for 14th on the high side. Can't quite get there yet. He keeps getting the nose in. He knows he's going to get some momentum off of 2. Jonathan Rouse in 16th. Patrick Gitter. A bit of a surprise to see Patrick all the way back in 17th. Justin Swafford in 18th after being involved in the first caution. Patrick Piper and Chris Lockwood battling for 19th. Both of them have some right side damage as well. Chris Lockwood to the bottom, up to 19th now. And it looks like Patrick Piper might be fading just a little bit, even though it looks like he's got less damage than Lockwood. Blake Vickin, who is charging forward earlier, has faded back to 21st. And look at this, Pudge to the high side. He is starting to make up some ground. And here comes Nate Johnson on the high side around Joe Ogle. That'll move him up into 23rd. He started up in 17th, losing a little bit of ground earlier on. Bradley Hunt in the Nesquik car. We've seen him up front battling the last couple of weeks, but obviously that truck a lot of damage. He is in 25th. Jarrett Woodard in 26th. Colby Whipple, you heard him say he was a little down on power, in 27th. Jeffrey Sheldon 28th. Chris McCoy 29th. Nicholas Burke in 30th. And Ryan McDaniel in 31st. Greg Gates had come off pit road briefly, but is now back on pit road. Heavy damage to that car. Another one that has not been able to avoid anything. So Kenny Hyde Jr., a pretty strong performance so far. Jeremy Edwards now in second, and Blair Patterson in third. And if the race continues to trend like most of the races here at Atlanta do, this could go green to the end. We could see multiple different pit strategies play out, because remember, a lot of these guys pitted on lap 19. About half the field pitted on lap 19, the other half pitting around lap 34, 35. So tire and fuel strategy could become a big player here. Now the top, the top 10 all stopped at 19. Everybody through 17th place. Jonathan Rouse stopped on 19th. The first car that did not, or that stopped later, is Justin Swafford, stopping on lap 28. And Chris Lockwood, who stopped on lap 34. Expect to see those two drivers start to make their way forward very quickly, as you see just how much more speed Swafford and Lockwood have right now. As tire wear becomes an issue, Swafford is able to just navigate through this traffic so quickly. He's opening up a hole, and Lockwood is following him through. Swafford now catching up to Patrick Gitter in 14th. And Lockwood looking like he might try and make a move on Swafford. Remember, he has 6-lap fresher tires, and in most places that wouldn't make a difference. The 77's headed to pit road. The 20, we're starting to see the green flag stops. Gardner's on pit road. Chris Lockwood and Justin Swafford managed to come through that cleanly and pick up a couple spots each. Swafford now up to 12th. And these two guys are over half a second faster than the guys that started or that pitted on lap 19. Jeremy Edwards coming to pit road. Dean Webb coming, Charles Joplin, Otto Cruz. A lot of the lead lap cars that stopped on lap 19 now hitting pit road. Kenny Hyde Jr. still way out front now with people pitting. Blair Patterson up to second. The gap between them 1.5 seconds. Both of these guys stopped on lap 19. How far can they stretch it? It's going to be Kenny Hyde Jr. to pit road. Blair's coming to pit road. Brian O'Shell stopped at lap 20. He's going to come to pit road. Lockwood has just slid by Swafford and is going to assume the lead on lap 59. But now these guys will be the ones on the older tires, the slower tires, and they're going to have to hold off some guys that are coming quickly on fresh tires. So right now it's Chris Lockwood up front, Justin Swafford in second, Blake Vickin is third, Joe Ogle fourth, Nate Johnson is fifth. Look at this, Colby Whipple up to sixth place now, Jeffrey Sheldon in seventh. Kenny Hyde Jr. is going to be the first one off pit road with fresh tires. He's going to come out about ninth. Colby Whipple is coming to pit road with Jeffrey Sheldon. Chris Lockwood has the lead, looking for the first car on fresh tires now. Looks like it's going to be Jeremy Edwards. Currently scored in 8th. Kenny Hyde Jr. in 9th. We'll wait for pit stops to cycle to be sure, but that's what it is looking like. Nate Johnson is on pit road. Swafford slightly off cycle with everybody else. Chris Lockwood and Blake Vickin stopped on 34. Justin stopped on lap 28. Miracle Whip. All right, Swafford is going to hit pit road. That leaves Chris Lockwood and Blake Vickin out, along with Joe Ogle. The top three are on the older tires. Everybody else, it looks like, is on fresh tires. But if a caution were to come out now, that would trap a lot of drivers one or more laps down. That is what Lockwood has to hope for. Swafford on his way off pit road now. Blake Vickin in second place. You see as Otto Cruz goes flying by. You see the difference in tires. Joe Ogle in third. How much longer does Lockwood push this? Looks like it's going to be at least one more time. He couldn't even get to the bottom that time as the 48 of Jeremy Gardner just unlapped himself. As did the 21 of Patrick Gitter. Patrick now up to 9th place. He'll cycle up to 6th. Once Chris Lockwood, Blake Vickin, and Joe Ogle pit. Lockwood continuing to stay out. I'm not sure how much longer he can do this. He might lose a little bit of ground on this one, but remember, once he pits, he'll be the one on fresh tires. He might be trying to stretch that as far as he can. We know some drivers trying to save that extra set of tires. Lockwood is down to the bottom. Is he coming this? No, he is not. Blake Vickin in second, and Ogle has caught up to him. Jeremy Edwards now in 4th place. He is the first car of the guys that pitted around lap 58. And Lockwood is going to come to pit road. Will Blake Vickin stay out? Yes, he will. He's going to stay out to lead a lap. Joe Ogle went to pit road. Blake Vickin stays out. So Blake Vickin gets to lead a lap here at Atlanta. Now Jeremy Edwards 16.1 second outside the lead and closing rapidly. To give you an idea on the tire difference, last time by, Jeremy Edwards 31.5 was the lap time. Last time by Blake Vickin 33.19, and Blake is coming to pit road. Jeremy Edwards will reassume the lead. Putting Blair Patterson in second, 4.66 seconds back. Kenny Hyde is in 3rd. Jason Miz is up to 4th now. And Patrick Gitter is going to be up to 5th. Saw him struggling a little bit earlier, but now pit strategy, a fast truck. He has started making his way back toward the front. Brian O'Shell in 6th. Otto Cruz up to 7th now. Jeremy Gardner back in 8th. Dean Webb is 9th, and Anthony Caron in 10th. Great job by Caron as we saw him get smashed into the wall earlier. Gets that truck repaired and gets back out there and just marching his way forward. Pudge has recovered. We saw him have problems after that first pit stop on lap 19 under caution. He went all the way back to about 25th. He is now back up in 11th. Charles Joplin in 12th, Kevin Bernheimer in 13th, Jonathan Rouse 14th, Bryant DeYoung is 15th, Justin Swafford in 16th. Swafford has 5 lap fresher tires than everybody around him, and it's about to show as they go off 3 wide into turn 3. What a move by Swafford. Bryant DeYoung in 16th. Patrick Piper 17th, James Smith 18th, Russell Worth is 19th, and Jarrett Woodard in 20th. Still have 26 cars on the lead lap, including Miracle Whip himself, Colby Whipple. No, it's now scoring him 1 lap down. I think he's right at the edge there. Jeremy Edwards, though, continuing to lead. His lead is hovering at about 4.1 seconds. Blair Patterson trying to find a way to catch back up to him. You got to give it to Jason Miz. He started back in 28th spot, now in 4th. So he is one that has continued marching his way forward. Patrick Gitter up to 5th. He's been as far back as 20th tonight. Brian O'Shell in 6th. Otto Cruz 7th. Dean Webb is 8th. Jeremy Gardner is 9th. Pudge has now made his way up to 10th and almost made his way up to the wall there. But he is about a half a lap behind the leader. Now lap traffic is going to become an issue, especially with all the different pit stop cycles going on. The top looking through all the different pit strategies, and it's actually spreading out quite a bit now, as you've got guys that stopped from lap 54 to lap 68. Oh, all sorts of different pit strategies going on here. Miracle Whip still the funniest comment of the night. Let's see where Miracle Whip is now. He's currently running 26th. And he's actually gaining on Bradley Hunt and Joe Ogle. And we're starting to see guy Chris McCoy coming to pit road. Chris was back in 30th. Bradley Hunt has gone off track. Let's see what happened. That truck is heavily damaged. He's been hard hit in the into the safer barrier off turn 4. Great save though. You saw that truck get very light, get a little air time as he came through the grass, but managing to hold on to it. Great job. Blair Patterson in second has gained over 1 second on the leader. He's starting to come forward. They actually pitted on the same lap, but as we were talking about earlier, Blair seems to save for about the first 5 to 7 laps, let these guys wear their own stuff out, and then he doesn't even have to push and just starts picking guys off. Kenny Hyde Jr. now 4 1/4 seconds back in third. Jason Miz another 1.8 seconds, 1.9 seconds back from Kenny Hyde. Patrick Gitter now back up to 5th. But look at the run Brian O'Shell has. He just has 2 lap fresher tires, but he is getting a massive run off of turn 2. And a nice, I believe it's a Pantera paint scheme. Auto Cruz in 7th place right now, up from 20th where he started. Keeping a close eye on him as he was extremely fast at Rockingham, and while 2 distinctly different tracks, one thing they have in common is they are hard on tires. Dean Webb in 7th. Jeremy Gardner in 8th. Pudge is back where he qualified in 9th. And has Charles Joplin all over the back bumper in 10th. Blake Vickin currently in 11th after starting in 29th. Jason Miz is on pit road. With about 53 laps to go, we know he can't really go the distance on fuel, so he might be trying to play a little strategy to split it, have the freshest tires the longest. Jeremy Edwards, meanwhile, continues to come and just click away laps and click away on lap traffic as well. Let's take a look from in his car as he comes off of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, you see he's got 3 trucks right directly ahead. All having damage to him. He'll catch and pass those trucks pretty quickly. Plus, he'll have the advantage of a little bit of drafting help as Blair Patterson goes to pit road. He gives up 2nd place. So how much longer do some of these guys push? Blair Patterson stopped on the same lap as Jeremy Edwards, Kenny Hyde Jr., and Patrick Gitter. And there you have it. Jeremy Edwards gives up the lead to come to pit road. Does Kenny Hyde stay out? He's already led a lap tonight. No, he does not. Brian O'Shell currently running in 3rd. He's going to actually assume the lead here. Brian O'Shell takes the lead at the line and goes through a couple of lap cars in the process. That puts Pudge up to second, his first time in the top 5 here tonight. Correction, that puts him in third as Blake Vickin passes down low. Charles Joplin now up to fourth. Fifth place is Justin Swafford. Shannon Edwards saying Bryant DeYoung needs to start moving forward. Well, he's up to 10th now after a really rough start, continuing his march forward. Meanwhile, Brian O'Shell has the lead. Blake Vickin quite a ways back in second is Pudge, Charles Joplin, James Smith, all on pit road, Jonathan Rouse, Brandon Newby. And Brian O'Shell has a 5-second lead, but he pitted at the same time as the other leader, so he is just seeing how far he can stretch it. Russell Worth has had an incident. He is towed to pit road. Let's see what happened. Trying to look and see if he just came off of pit road, why he was down so low. Just a hard hit to the inside wall there. He had just left pit road. Looks like he just got into the loose stuff and lost it. Brian DeYoung, he last stopped on lap 56. He has now made his way up to 6th. Brian O'Shell, however, stopped on lap 58, has the lead. Nate Johnson comes to pit road. Only a few cars left out there that have not stopped in this pit cycle. One of them is Brian O'Shell, Bryant DeYoung, another one, and Colby Whipple, who is now in 10th place. Make that 9th place as he continues his march back towards the front. But Brian O'Shell not far behind. He could go a lap down again here. And just saw the 14 coming off of pit road. Looking forward to seeing if Brandon Newby, here comes Brandon Newby on fresh tires, has the leader just ahead of him. There is Brian O'Shell. And Brandon Newby just goes flying by. That is the difference in tires right now. Swafford and Bryant DeYoung are on pit road. Just, oh my goodness, Brian almost gets the wall there. Just over 40 laps to go. Brian should be able to go the distance. I'm guessing a few of these other guys might be questionable on fuel. Brandon Newby saying pit road is killing him tonight. One of the fastest trucks on track, but having some bad luck on pit road. I think Brian O'Shell is going to give up. No, he is. Yes, he is. He is coming to pit road. So will Blake Vickin come? No, he does not. Blake Vickin's going to assume the lead here. Blake Vickin last stop lap 67. Joe Ogle stopped on lap 66. Jeremy Edwards has completed his pit stop cycle on lap 83 and is currently running in third. 4 seconds back from Ogle. 10 seconds back from Vickin. and charging forward. Blair Patterson currently running in 4th place, and Joe Ogle's on pit road. That means Blake Vickin has got to be thinking about getting to pit road this time. And once Blake comes to pit road, which he does not do, once he comes to pit road, the lead will cycle back to Jeremy Edwards. But now the question becomes, who can go the furthest on what they've got left? Are some of these guys going to come up short? And Blake Vickin looks like he's going to do it. No, he does not. He looked to the apron that time, but does not come. Jeremy Edwards now just 7.8 seconds back and closing. Blair Patterson is actually starting to close in on Jeremy as well, just 1.2 seconds back. And Blake still does not come to pit road. I know he's going to be on fresher tires than everybody else, but he is losing a lot of track position by staying out this much longer than everybody else. And Jeremy Edwards is now closed within 6 seconds. Blair Patterson is staying roughly 1.25 seconds back from Jeremy in 3rd. And Blake stays out again. Okay, I might see Blake's strategy here just a little bit. He had one of the fastest laps of the race so far tonight. If he can continue that, once he has 4 fresh tires and he'll have everybody else's tires are starting to wear, he might be able to come up through the field quickly. But the question then becomes, does he have enough time? How much ground is he going to lose here? Blake's fastest lap, a 30.85. Jeremy Edwards, by comparison, 30.91. And Jeremy now just 3.6 seconds back. Blake stays out again. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. Jeremy Edwards continuing to close in on the leader. Blair Patterson staying about, well, he's lost just about 0.2 of a second to Jeremy Edwards. Oh, Ryan McDaniel just providing an update. His motor let go. And Blake Vickin finally coming to pit road on lap 99. As Jeremy Edwards and Blair Patterson go by, now the question will be answered. Can Blake Vickin make up that much ground? We'll see where he comes out and how much he has to make up here as Jeremy Edwards comes by all through turn 3 and 4. And Blake Vickin is already on his way off of pit road with 4 fresh Goodyears. Will he maintain the lead lap? It doesn't look good. There go the leaders. But he still, with 4 fresh tires, will be faster than everybody on track. How long before he catches back up? Blair Patterson, this is a mess up here as Jeremy Edwards comes through some lap traffic. And look at Swafford. Man, that guy is extremely brave. He has put that truck in the middle of a 3-wide situation more than once tonight and made it work every time. Swafford currently in 14th place, just trying to march his way forward. Jeremy Edwards actually getting shuffled back a little bit. And guess who is closing in while he is battling with that lap traffic? Blair Patterson. Blake Vickin currently 17th, just over 1 lap down. We'll see how quickly he catches back up to Jeremy Edwards, and then how much ground can he make up in 30 laps. Blair Patterson, 7/10 of a second back. He is having to negotiate the same lap traffic Jeremy Edwards has been in and out of. Kenny Hyde Jr. currently in 3rd. He is almost 9 seconds back. Jason Miz, who started in 28th, is in 4th. What a run that young man has had today. Patrick Gitter, the only 2-time winner so far this season, currently running in 5th. Otto Cruz, who started in 20th, up to 6th. Brian O'Shell, up to 7th. Jeremy Gardner has dropped back to 8th. Pudge has managed to go from 9th to 25th, back to 9th. And Kevin Bernheimer in 10th. Dean Webb is on pit road. Could we be seeing the first stops of the guys who cannot make it on fuel? And look who just went by the leader, Blake Vickin. Currently in 14th, he is running down Swafford in 13th, and he is flying. Last time by, he was well over a second faster than the leader, Jeremy Edwards. And here comes Blair Patterson clearing the lap traffic. He is going to try and run down Jeremy Edwards. Jason Miz is coming to pit road. And could Blake Vickin have just snookered everybody? Blake Vickin now up into 12th. 5 seconds back from 11th place, Nate Johnson. Last time by, he was over a second faster. Patrick Gitter is coming to pit road. Otto Cruz is on pit road. Pudge is on pit road. Blake Vickin continues marching forward as Blair Patterson is on pit road. Blake Vickin might be the only driver that can go the distance. Did he just outsmart the entire field? Watching pit times, it looks like everybody so far has gotten 4 tires. They will have a bit of speed. Jeremy Edwards last pitted lap 83, so if trends hold true, Kenny Hyde Jr. is on pit road. Jeremy Edwards will have to stop one more time. Brian O'Shell in second. Now Jeremy Gardner and Kevin Bernheimer on pit road. Blake Vickin continues marching forward. He's up to 5th. Jeremy Edwards is on pit road, giving up the lead. Brian O'Shell currently in second. Nate Johnson in third. Brian O'Shell assumes the lead now. Nate Johnson will assume second. And Blake Vickin is going to take third. And look, here comes Pudge on a little bit fresher tires. Blake Vickin has just given himself a ton of track position. 23 laps to go. Blake Vickin just came to second. Brian O'Shell in the lead. Bryant DeYoung has not made his final stop yet. He last stopped on lap 89. Brian O'Shell last stopped on lap 91. Blair Patterson last stopped on lap 108. He is the first one out there on 4 tires and fuel. He is currently running in third and 9.5 seconds back from Blake. 22 laps to go. He's going to have to be flying to make up the difference. Last time by, he was less than a second faster. About 9/10 of a second. So at that speed, he can catch up to Blake. As is often the case here at Atlanta, places like Atlanta, Rockingham, Darlington, tire and fuel strategy can... caution! Looks like Jonathan Rouse involved. The 21 just comes... just barely taps him, but just enough on old tires to send him around. And that is going to throw everything out the window here. Blake Vickin's strategy was working great. And then the caution comes out. Now Brian O'Shell will get to hit pit road to make his final stop. Currently 8 trucks scored on the lead lap. Sneaky little bonk is right. Patrick Gitter, just a little tap. Looked like he just pushed up a little bit. And bonk. Alright, Brian O'Shell, Blake Vickin on pit road. Auto Cruz, Jeremy Gardner also on pit road. Jason Miz, Bryant DeYoung, Jeremy Edwards. I think Blair Patterson's going to stay out and assume the lead here. Blair Patterson just on pit road about 7 laps ago. But with all these drivers hitting pit road, a few more drivers will get back to the lead lap. As the caution came out, there were only 8 drivers on the lead lap. That is going to change a bit, but I'm betting quite a bit of the field is going to be trapped 1 lap down. And let's find Blake and see. There he is. He is off pit road. Hey, Blake, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, looked like your strategy was about to play off perfectly until that caution came out.
Actually, I would have been 1 lap short, so that kind of helped me out.
Wow, really?
Yes, sir. If I would have pitted lap 101, I would have made it, but...
Well, still, you're going to come out here and restart, it looks like, in the top 5, possibly in second. So it's still going to pay off just a little bit here. And you're on definitely fresher tires than Blair now.
Yeah, hopefully I can get a good finish at least. That's all I'm hoping for.
All right, man. Well, you definitely have a good finish in the books already tonight. Good luck.
All right, thank you, man.
Wow, I am really surprised by that statement by Blake. I really thought by stopping where he did, he was good on fuel. Obviously said he was 1 lap short. So it definitely pays off. As the scoring updates, it looks like he's going to restart either second or third. And Blair Patterson sitting out there on 7 lap older tires. As we've seen throughout the night, those 7 lap older tires definitely play a factor. And it looks like a lot of guys about to get waved around, as there is Blair Patterson in the lead. A lot of trucks right in front of him, including, could it be? Colby Whipple is right there. He's in 21st. He has continued to pick up spots just by sticking it out. Great recovery by Whipple. Or Miracle Whip, as he's now being called. Justin Swafford getting waved around. He'll be in 14th. So the top 10 is going to be Blair Patterson, Blake Vickin, Brian O'Shell, Jeremy Edwards, Jason Miz, Bryant DeYoung, Kenny Hyde Jr., Patrick Gitter, Dean Webb, and Pudge in 10th. Then Kevin Bernheimer, Charles Joplin, Nate Johnson, and Justin Swafford round out the 14 cars on the lead lap. Nope, Justin Swafford did not get waved. Something went wrong. He is dropping back to the back of the field, so he will no longer be on the lead lap, it appears. Meanwhile, pace car drops in. Green flag is in the air. Blair gets a good jump. Brian O'Shell down on the bottom. Oh, we've got a wreck, a big wreck on the front straightaway. Caution is already back out. A lot of cars caught in that. It looks like somebody up towards the front trying to see who it was. A lot of guys, somebody spun their tires. It looks like Patrick Piper had a problem back there, but it was further up than that. Could it have been... Looks like the 58 is involved. Let's see if it started with the 58. I think it did. Usually you have a situation like that, the tire, you start to spin the tires. That was Kenny Hyde Jr. And it does look like, oh, he was not the only one to have a problem on the start. The 95 spins him a little bit. Gets a little wiggly, tries to save it. He goes up, and the 58, as he spins, goes up. The 99 is collected. The 28. Did you see Pudge sneak by there? Several cars caught up in that. A lot of cars with minor to moderate damage. Fortunately, they were not up to full speed yet. So it might be a situation where these guys, some of these guys survive just on minimal impact. All right, getting word we should watch that from the in-car of the 14. All right, let's switch. And And here's the 14. Wow. Wow. And how did the 14 completely avoid anything is beyond me, because, yeah, it looked like once the tires started spinning, the waters just kind of briefly parted. And then everything came back together in a big way. So Blair Patterson still has the lead. Blake Vickin in second. Brian O'Shell is going to be, looks like third. Nope. O'Shell's going to be second. Vickin third. Jeremy Edwards fourth. Patrick Gitter fifth. Dean Webb is sixth. Nate Johnson is seventh. Looks like Pudge and Kevin Burnheimer both hitting pit road from 8th and 9th place. Jeremy Gardner in 10th. Anthony Karen 11th. Otto Cruz in 12th. Brandon Newby, good call on watching the in-car of the 14. All right, we'll have just over, or maybe right at 10 laps to go once the green flag drops. Blair Patterson is on older tires than everybody behind him in the top 10. And currently just showing 10 cars on the lead lap as well. A lot of cars on and off pit road getting damage repaired. Still got several on pit road. Bradley Hunt and Jarrett Woodard are on their way off pit road. Bryant DeYoung still on pit road. We may see Anthony Karen get waved around here. Just he is currently in 11th, the first car one lap down. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we've got everybody. We're going to have the top 10 are on the lead lap. Everybody else one or more down. So a 10-car battle for the lead with just over 10 laps to go. Based on who the top 10 is, let me know what your prediction is, who you think is going to pull this one off. Keep in mind, Pudge and Kevin Burnheimer both stopped under this caution, and looks like they both got 4 fresh tires. So they might have the freshest tires. They do have the freshest tires out there by 7 or more laps. Now, will there be enough tire wear? There is on Blair, but on everybody else, will it be enough difference with this little amount of time? Anything more than 10 laps, I'd normally say, yeah, they're going to have the advantage. Here, I don't know. Green flag is back in the air. 11 to go at the line. Off into turn 1. Nobody spins the tires on this one. Blair trying to hold on to the lead, but Brian O'Shell up on the high side, and Blake Vickin both have fresher tires. Ten to go. Blair's still holding on, but O'Shell's got to run up top. And here comes Jeremy Edwards. Oh! Blake Vickin gets loose off of turn 2. He's going to drop all the way back. He saves it, but he drops all the way back to 8th. He is still up 21 spots from where he started. Still having an amazing night. Blair is still holding these guys with fresher tires off. 9 to go. And look at this. We've got guys starting to make their way forward. Pudge, who's one of the 2 cars that stopped on the last lap. He was fastest last time by. He is all the way up to 6 now. He's got a push from Nate Johnson. Can he get around Patrick Gitter here, though? And O'Shell still fighting on the high side. It looks like he might have the run. He is going to clear Blair Patterson going into turn 1. Jeremy Edwards trying to follow him through. And it is Brian O'Shell to the lead. Blair not done yet, but he doesn't have the tires. He's going to try and hold on to a top 3, maybe a top 5 spot here. Meanwhile, Pudge is on the move. He's up to 5th. He can see the leaders, but 7 laps to go. Does he have enough time? Off into turn 1. He is closing rapidly. Brian O'Shell cannot break away at the front. Jeremy Edwards all over him, but they have to know now that the 7 truck is coming. Six to go. And Pudge all the way to the high side. He is carrying a ton of momentum. Look at that. Looks down to the bottom for 4th on Dean Webb. Blair Patterson on those much older tires is not going to be able to hold him for long at all. Look at this. Dean tries a crossover move. Is it going to be enough to do anything? No, it's not. 5 laps to go. Brian O'Shell has not been able to break away yet. Still got Jeremy Edwards right on the back bumper. The smart move here would be the 2 of them to work together. And Dean Webb has gotten back past Pudge. Dean Webb might have just saved Brian O'Shell. Four to go. Pudge still fighting back on the high side. Still within striking distance. Still has time. But the longer he has to battle Dean Webb, no, Dean falls back. Blair Patterson in 3rd, just ahead. Jeremy Edwards, the top 3, nose to tail. With Brian O'Shell in the lead. They're going to get 2 to go. If Pudge has anything left in that truck, he's got to go now. We've got a truck that got loose off of turn 2. No caution. Look at him go. Pudge trying to close in. He's got Dean Webb pushing from behind. Not making up enough ground yet. 2 laps to go. Brian O'Shell up high through 1 and 2. And Jeremy Edwards is looking. If Blair Patterson pulls off the holding on to 3rd, that will be a miracle. And Pudge goes too high in 3 and 4. Dean Webb looking low again. White flag in the air for Brian O'Shell. Meanwhile, Jeremy Edwards is looking to the bottom through 1 and 2. He sends it in there deep. Down the back straightaway, Brian O'Shell has a 0.2 of a second lead. Is it going to be enough? Jeremy sends it deep into 3. It's not going to be a no. Wait a minute. He gets a run off turn 4. Looking down to the bottom. It's not going to be enough. O'Shell pulls it off and wins in Atlanta. Edwards comes in 2nd. Blair Patterson finishes 3rd. Pudge comes back for a 4th place finish. Dean Webb, what a battle there at the end, comes in home 5th. Nate Johnson finishes 6th. Patrick Gitter is 7th. Blake Vickin, what a strategy move, what a run out of him. Started in 29th, finishes 8th. Jeremy Gardner is 9th, and Kevin Bernheimer is 10th. And I'm out of breath. All right, let's see if Blair is available. If not, we'll go to Jeremy. All right, I don't see Blair, so we're going to grab Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy, this is Doug. You got me?
Yeah, Doug, what's up?
Hey, man, I have to say that last lap, it looked like you were sending it in and just praying for grip.
Yeah, I thought about pulling a Carl Edwards move there and rode it in really hard and just letting it slide up, but couldn't do that to Brian. He ran a good race and a good strategy there for staying out and kept that cautions.
It still came out a great race for you. You come in second after what was an up and down kind of night for you, but your strategy worked and it was a great race.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Me and Blair back and forth there between green flag pit stops, so it was a fun race there. Glad to bring it home, P2 there. Fun race. Congrats to Brian there. And thanks to all our sponsors, Fat Boy Diecast, Kara's Craft Corner, who's the sponsor for the race. Of course, Nowski Vision there. And How to Suck at iRacing, Doug. Appreciate you doing this.
Hey, my pleasure, buddy. Congratulations. That was a great finish.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can talk to our winner. Hey, Brian, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, man, congratulations. That last 10 laps looked like it was a bit sketchy at times.
Man, I don't even know if sketchy is the word. I've never been on edge so much in my entire life, and I am pumped and excited and pouring sweat and ready for this one to be over with, and I'm glad it's over with.
Well, man, you made that last pass to the lead. It looked like Jeremy was really not going to be cooperative about it. The last couple laps, he was really sending it in there, but you managed to hold him off.
Yeah, and what's crazy is at the start of the race, I heard Pudge talking about he was going to do the Larson line or whatever, and man, I've been practicing a lot with Patrick Gitter. I call him Old Glitter, but I've been practicing with him a lot and following him, and I don't know, probably about the second to last pit stop, I really followed him around and watched his line, and that high line was working. And last time we ran, I pitted early and got caught up in a caution. This time I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay out and see what happens, and it paid off in the end, and that high line worked, so shout out to Pudge for that one.
Yeah, and it's interesting you say that because he was sending it. Pudge pitted on that last caution and came from about 9th place to 4th and was really on a charge. Dean Webb actually held him up a couple of times, or you might have had to battle him, and he was running right up there by the wall too.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, Blair and the guy in the 17 truck. You have to forgive me. I'm still learning all these guys' name. I just come into this league with these guys, and this is the best group of guys I've ever ran with, man. And share information, and they just make it fun. This is one of the most enjoyable leagues I've been in. So there was no doubt, man. With that high line and those guys coming, it would have been a battle. And being able to race side by side and hard racing like that without wrecking each other is this is my kind of racing, and this is the best league I've ever been in.
Well, man, it's awesome to see you in victory lane, especially being so new to the group. Congratulations, and look for many more from you.
Oh, I hope so, man. Shout out to Pudge for what he's done and all the guys here at Nowski Nation, man. If any viewers out there, y'all getting into iRacing, y'all need to check this league out. By far the best there is, and Pudge and his whole group is damn near become family. So they are family, and so y'all check them out, and appreciate what you're doing and streaming, and everybody out there watching.
All right, buddy. Congratulations, man.
10-4, thank you.
All right, before we wrap up, let's go over a few quick notes. First off, Colby Whipple does make a comeback all the way up to 18th, and considering that truck was down on power, that was a huge comeback. One of the biggest movers of the night, Blake Vickin, who little bit of strategy, 1 lap more of fuel is what he needed. He still started in 29th and came home in 8th place. There's a lot of guys that picked up 10, 11, 12 spots, but he is the only driver to pick up 21 spots in the field tonight and come back with a top 10 finish. He wanted a good finish tonight. He definitely pulled that off. Great job to Blake. Patrick Gitter, who had dropped all the way back into the 20s earlier in the race, manages to come back to 7th. Same with Pudge, who dropped back to 25th after the first stop, manages to come back for a 5th place finish. And of course, guys like Anthony Karen, Jarrett Woodward, Colby Whipple, obviously, Brandon Newby, Nicholas Burke, guys that just charged through the field. Look forward to seeing how they all do the rest of this season, because it's going to be some great racing out of this group. A great race, a lot of green flag racing tonight. Everybody did an amazing job. Congratulations to Brian O'Shell, Jeremy Edwards, Blair Patterson. You guys did great. And thank you guys all so much for tuning in, commenting, and just talking to us. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. I'm out of breath, but it's been a fun night. Great job. Win by Brian O'Shell here at Atlanta. See you guys next time.